Huawei is launching the Nova 2i in the Philippines later this month, following the announcement in China, Malaysia, and India. The Huawei Nova 2i is a significant departure from the company's usual approach, especially for a mid-ranger. It is also the first time that Huawei is introducing an almost bezel-less display. Hey, what's up guys, this is Abel Andres of Yugatech, and this is our hands-on with the Huawei Nova 2i. The Nova 2i is a nice looking smartphone. Looks somewhat similar to the Huawei P10, but simpler and more subtle. It comes with an all-metal unibody design and a slim profile despite the humongous 5.9-inch display. The size of the phone is still manageable though, comfortable actually considering the size of the display, thanks to the 89% screen-to-body ratio. The Nova 2i comes in various colors, but the one we have here is in dark blue, which is the best color we've seen for the device. It's only 7.5mm thin and 164 grams in weight, which is pretty good for the display size. The full metal body feels solid on the hands, and the matte finish gives it the classic look that's similar to the P10 Plus. In fact, the two almost have the same exact dimensions and net weight, except that the P10 Plus is just 5.5 inches and the Nova 2i is 5.9 inches. Speaking of the display, the Nova 2i comes with a huge 5.9-inch screen and a full HD resolution, which is still good at this size. It has an almost bezel-less display at the front with the glass slightly curving out around the edges. The 8:9 aspect ratio is becoming the norm this year, and the Nova 2i follows that same convention. Great looking display, bright and crisp thanks to the IPS panel used by Huawei. On the exterior, the power buttons and volume controls are on the right side. The 3.5mm audio jack, loudspeakers, and the micro USB port are at the bottom along with the primary microphone. Up top is the noise cancelling mic, and on the left is the SIM slot. The Nova 2i supports dual SIM trays, with the second one that supports a micro SD card slot. However, only the first SIM tray supports 4G LTE, while the second one only supports up to 2G. At the back is the fingerprint sensor where it is normally found in Huawei devices, just below the rear cameras that are stacked on top of each other. A single LED flash sits on top of them, while the antenna bands run across the top and bottom corners are also visible, yet subtly placed. Also note that the Nova 2i is the first smartphone from Huawei to sport a quad camera setup. That's 2 rear cameras and 2 front-facing cameras. The second rear camera is used to provide depth of field and simulate very good aperture, which is as wide as f0.95 to f16. The front-facing camera also comes with an LED soft light for better selfies. The Nova 2i is powered by a high silicon Kirin 659 octa-core processor. It's the first time we've tested a phone running this chipset, but an earlier release of the Nova 2 and the Nova 2 Plus already had this in its hardware. The Kirin 659 has a top clock speed of 2.36 GHz for the set of 4 cores and another low-power Cortex A53 running at 1.4 GHz. This is paired with a Mali T830 GPU, which is the same as the one found in the Huawei GR5 2017 and the Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro. Synthetic benchmarks gave the Nova 2i a fairly good score, with a high of 62,964 in Antutu benchmark. This is in the same range as the scores of the Snapdragon 810 and the Snapdragon 625 chipsets we've tested before. Performance is very good. The phone is snappy and responsive, gaming is smooth, and overall performance of the Nova 2i is spot on. On the battery side, we have actually yet to test battery life, but the built-in 3340 mAh lithium-ion battery should provide ample power for the entire day. So far, we're really liking this phone. We like the design, that immersive screen looks pretty nice, above average performance, interesting quad camera setup, and the battery capacity is promising, though we still need to really test that out in our full review. Anyway, that's about it for our initial hands-on of the Huawei Nova 2i. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment section down below. Hit like if you like this video or consider subscribing to get notified of our full review of this smartphone. Once again, this is Abe and see you in the next one.